What if everything you were taught about history isn't entirely true? Like, what if the real story could answer some of the biggest questions? Like, who are you? Why are you here? Who built the Great Pyramids? What are the pyramids used for? Does God exist? Why are we even alive on planet Earth in the first place? But if you had those answers, why would you keep them a secret? As you're about to find out, the truth is so powerful that some people were afraid we would discover it, so they buried it. It all began in the early 1900s. Nikola Tesla. Everyone's heard of him, right? And he believed he could use the Earth's energy and harness it, then send it wirelessly around the world, and he could power cities and help everyone get out of poverty and have free energy. And his experiments looked promising. But after he died, all of it mysteriously disappeared, and before he died, his lab caught on fire and was destroyed. So everything was lost. But maybe it wasn't lost, and maybe it's right here in plain sight. Now, you might be wondering at this point, like, how does this help me? How does this help you pay your bills, solve your problems in your life, manifest something that you want? But as Tesla said, that the secrets of the universe are in energy, frequency, and vibration. And once you understand the truth behind all of this, you can actually start to bend reality. So stick around, because I'm going to show you exactly how you can use this knowledge for yourself, for your family, for your future, for money, for love. But first, we have to understand why Tesla believed he could actually harness the Earth's energy and send it all around the world. And it goes all the way back to the Great Pyramid of Giza. Like, at the beginning, I said that what if everything that we thought about history isn't actually true? For instance, we've been taught with the Great Pyramids that they were tombs for pharaohs, like they're some type of graves, essentially. But there's something kind of weird about the Great Pyramid of Giza, and it might actually be a giant power plant, right? Like, imagine that it wasn't just a tomb, that it was actually this power plant sending energy wirelessly across the world, just like Tesla imagined. The question is, does it hold secrets, ancient technology that you can use in the modern world today, that you could harness this same universal energy to control your reality, basically? And I spent like over 20 or 30 hours just researching for this video. And I just want to say first, once you really understand this, you're going to be shocked, because it flips everything that you thought you knew about yourself, about history, about ancient Egypt, Tesla, the world. It flips it all upside down. And it's opening the door to something that we've never been taught before, that we might be more powerful than we believe. Steve Wright, he once said that I need one of those baby monitors for my subconscious mind and my conscious mind, so that I can actually know what my subconscious mind is talking about all day long. Now, before we go into the secrets of the pyramids, this is why it's so important to reprogram your subconscious mind. He's saying he needs a baby monitor for his conscious mind to pick up everything his subconscious mind was saying. And that's because your subconscious mind controls 95% of your life. It's subconscious. And that's often what stops us in life. So I have a free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. You can click the link in the description, or it's pinned to the comments right there down below. It's my free success hypnosis. Like 1 million people from all over the world have used it. You just got to listen to it for like 2 or 3 minutes a day. Doesn't matter how long you listen to it. Just do it every day. 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. You start to reprogram your subconscious mind. You turn your subconscious mind into a magnet for attracting what you want. So check that out, and let's keep going. So now let's really dive into Tesla and those ancient pyramids that maybe aren't what we think they are. So we pretty much all been told the same thing, that the Great Pyramid of Giza, it's like this tomb, and that's where they put all these pharaoh, right? Like, that's our understanding when we're little of what it actually is. But this tomb doesn't have all the normal things. There's no artifacts, hieroglyphs, fancy wall art, which is really depicting their journeys to the afterlife. So the Great Pyramid didn't have the same things that all the other ones that we know were actually tombs. So then it kind of begs a question like, okay, what? So the materials used to build this pyramid actually show it might not be one at all. Like, for example, the sides of the Great Pyramid are aligned with the compass so accurately that only modern engineering can match it. Number two, the pyramid is made from 2.5 million stone blocks, weighing a total of 6 million tons. So the construction is so precise that the base is leveled within 3/4 of an inch. That is something that only a laser could do with today's technology. Number three, the pyramid has 8 sides, not 4, and each side is slightly curved. And this is a feature that you can only see from above or during certain times of the year. Number 4, the builders of the pyramid seem to know the size of the Earth. The height and the base of the pyramid relates to the Earth's dimensions with over 99% accuracy. Number 5, the pyramid was covered in bright white limestone from 500 miles away. So no one knows how they got that limestone 500 miles, but apparently they did it. And number 6, inside the pyramid, the chambers are made of granite, which is rich in quartz. And when quartz is moved or compressed, it creates an electrical charge. So this opens the door that the pyramids were actually generating electricity. Now, that's kind of when Nikola Tesla's famous quote starts to make a lot more sense, when he said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Now, you might be thinking like, okay, Jake, interesting, but how does this all work? And how does this help me for changing my life, right? Like I promised at the beginning. Well, there's an engineer, his name's Christopher Dunn, and he believes the pyramids worked kind of like this, like water moved through underground channels, and then that created sound waves that resonated with the Earth's natural vibrations, the Schumann pulse resonance, and then these waves moved up through the pyramid, amplifying and converting that sound into usable energy. So inside the pyramid, a chemical reaction created hydrogen gas, which flows into what was known as the Grand Gallery, and all of that granite is compressed. That hydrogen creates electricity, and the pyramid could have actually just been a giant power plant, like a cosmic power plant. And in 2018, there were scientists that tested if the pyramid actually could interact with electromagnetic waves, and they found that it can concentrate electromagnetic energy in the chambers. So this proves that it does have the electrical properties to be a power plant. Now, kind of a trip to think about, but this is where we come full circle into Tesla, right? Now that we understand this idea that maybe the pyramids are more than a tomb, or at least specifically the Great Pyramid, that brings us back to Tesla, right? Because his inventions were about wireless energy. His was called the Wardenclyffe Tower. It was built on an aquifer with copper and iron rods that extend into the water. And then the idea was to transmit electricity worldwide through the atmosphere. Like, it's very similar to this idea with the Great Pyramids. They were built on an aquifer. and they had copper pipes and iron rods that have been pretty recently discovered. And then you go back to Tesla's wireless power system, right? He was also trying to harness the Earth's resonance, like the Schumann pulse resonance and the natural electromagnetic fields. He believed the Earth was a generator of energy that you could tap into. But Tesla's tower was destroyed, and there's also, not really to get too deep into it, but there's evidence that some of these things within the Great Pyramids, the evidence was destroyed as well, to the true meaning behind that. But really, it brings us all back to, like, how do you tap into the same universal energy that Tesla was building his inventions off of, that maybe the pyramids were used for? And it all starts with understanding that your brain is a receiver and generator of energy. So your thoughts are waves of energy that can influence reality. And once you understand this, you can pretty much bend reality. But it requires unlearning everything you thought you knew about reality, pretty much. Like, it's kind of wild. It's not about learning, it's about unlearning. Because deep down, you already know this. Like, you already know that you're a spiritual being in a physical body. You already know that what we're told about the world isn't the full truth. So let's start with big idea number one. Tesla's ideas on free energy were based on his understanding of the Earth's electrical properties. So he thought the Earth was this giant energy conductor, right? Like we talked about that it transmitted electricity through the atmosphere to the surface of the Earth. And he was spending all of his time trying to figure out, how do you harness and transmit this cosmic energy? But what if you don't need a Tesla tower in order to do it? Because what if your brain can actually harness and transmit the same electrical energy? Your brain is really like an electronic switching station. It's an electronic circuit board that sends electrical signals through your nervous system, your five senses, and it gives you a human experience. But more importantly, your brain is transmitting and broadcasting wireless electrical information via your thoughts, just exactly like the Tesla tower was doing. That thought waves are cosmic waves that penetrate all time and space. And when we think about that, it opens this idea that you have this power, cosmic power, flowing into and through your consciousness at all times. And your thoughts just aren't these little things in your head. They're literally cosmic waves that penetrate all time and space. And just like the Tesla tower that is broadcasting signals, your thoughts are doing that. And so all the time, you are communicating with the universe for what you want more of in your life. When your thoughts are focused on what you don't want, and your thoughts are focused on how you're just this little body and this thing, you are actually sending that message electronically to the universe and creating your reality. And that brings us to big idea number two. The ancient law of vibration, right? Like, have you ever sat in one of those new cars or like the nice massage chairs, and they just have those really good massagers, right? It's like, kind of feels like it's a real person. It's really good. Well, why is that? Well, it feels good because our bodies are masses of energy moving at very high speeds of vibration. They're holding a bunch of energy, and your brain is the electronic switching station for all of this energy. So your thoughts control your vibrations, and negative thoughts put you in a bad vibration, attracting negative energy. You're broadcasting that out to the universe. So feeling is how you actually know what vibration you are sending into the universe via your brain. The same technology that the pyramids could have been sending electrical energy that was being harnessed, where your brain is doing that same thing. So your feelings are how you find that out. Like when somebody says, I don't feel well, or I will always I feel broke, or I'm always gonna be broke. They're in a negative vibration, right? Or you could say, I feel wonderful. I'm attracting amazing financial opportunities in my life. I'm a magnet to awesome people and great new things. You're in a good vibrational frequency when you're like that, right? You're wirelessly transmitting that signal into the world, and then you're attracting back to you the things that match that. And that's why it's so important to get control of your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is your emotional mind. And Stanford University showed us that 95% of your life is subconscious. 95% of your emotions, your thoughts, your behaviors, and your results are subconscious. The problem with that is if we don't reprogram the frequency of our subconscious, then unconsciously all day long, we are sending negative frequencies out into the universe against our own conscious will. And we don't realize we're doing it. So I have a free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. Like 1 million people from all over the world have used it. It's jakeshypnosis.com. You can get it for free. It's pinned to the comments and in the description right there down below. And number 3 is how we tie this whole thing together. So let's dive into it. Big idea number 3 is to start to control your reality and get what you want in life by understanding how to broadcast your vibration. So imagine that your brain works like a phone and it's operating on a bunch of different frequencies and it's dialing a bunch of different frequencies. So everything you want already exists as its own frequency. So to attract it, you just have to tune into that frequency. You have to call the right frequency or dial the right frequency, right? And that's like the law of vibration. What it's all about is that nothing is actually at rest. Everything's in motion. Everything is energy, and all energy already exists, and everything that you desire is energy. Your thoughts are cosmic waves of energy, and you can get your thoughts and your emotions and your entire vibrational frequency in alignment with the reality that you want and dial it, just like you're dialing your phone to the right number or the right frequency. So I invite you to imagine a new frequency for your own vibration. Imagine that you are dialing it. And this is why it's so important to understand that most of the things that we're taught about the world aren't exactly true. That really the entire universe is energy, and that we're spiritual beings in physical bodies. And we're here for something more. That the past with Tesla or the past with the Great Pyramids, it may not be true, everything that we're told. And I'm not asking you to believe me, but I am asking you to do your own thought experiment. Test this for the next 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. By test looking at all of reality like energy. Instead of the pyramids being something that could harness and transmit energy, or the Tesla free energy systems harnessing and transmitting energy, imagine that your brain and your body is that it is a conduit of universal energy, and you can actually filter this energy at different frequencies and project it. You filter it through your perception, you filter it through your emotions, and you filter it through your thoughts. And you can set the bandwidth or the frequency level that you generate or project reality from. And I invite you to test this and just see what comes into your life in the next week from using this. So wishing you a beautiful day. If you enjoyed this video, you can click here to watch my Nikola Tesla 369 method video, and I'll see you on the next one.